Morning. Welcome to the Forge. We're going to go over some of the basics for using the bubble jig grinding system this morning. Let's get started. I start by putting the bottom of the clamp in my vise. That way it gives you two hands to mount the blade. And this morning I'm working on this 9-inch fighter, so going to have plenty of knife to work on. First you take the Allen wrench and back your hex bolt off enough to where that blade will slide in. This is a 1/4 inch thick stock, and this jig will hold anywhere from 5/32, actually under an 1/8 to 5/16, so it'll take care of just about any size stock. I've got a line drawn across here, as you can see. I draw this where my plunge is going to start, and just slide it into the clamp. Always make sure the stock you're grinding is up against the hex bolt. If you put it farther back, you're putting pressure on these hardened arms, and you'll snap it if you tighten it down too tight. So if you're up against the bolt, that won't happen. This part of the clamp is normalized and very flexible at spring temper, where both the arms are about at 60 Rockwell. These are made of 01 flat ground steel. So I line my line, I start to tighten, and I test it as I pull it down. Once it starts to firm up, it's still moving a little bit, a little tighter, moving a little bit. And you'll feel both arms come right down against the steel. When it's there, it'll hold 1/8 inch to under an 1/8 to 5/16, just about anything. Little handle here. This does not come with the kit. You can get these at any woodworking store. Clamps on, we're ready to go. So let's step over here to the grinder. Here on my little work table are the degree wedges that go with this kit, and they're 15, 12, 10, 5, 4, 3.5, 3, 2.5, and 2. This will cover anything from Scandies to 3-inch wide choppers, and sharpening included. So when I first start, I'm going to start by developing the edge of the blade and get that part done, or close to done anyhow. And I usually start with a 10 degree wedge. I'm going to select that and put it right up against my belt. Always start with the bubble jig itself to where it's pretty firm in its little saddle. Don't make it tight to where it just moves and still holds in place. That way it'll stay when you let your hand go. Then once you have the bubble in, tighten it down. These are machined surfaces. Once it's flat, once it's tightened and up against the flattened part, it doesn't take anything to hold it. So again, don't over tighten these. These are all machine ground, and will hold easily when you get them firm. So I've got this set at 10 degrees. So when I set it on the clamp, both of these sides are exactly parallel. So when you're working on this side or the other side, they're exactly the same. So I'm a right-handed person, so I'm going to start on the right side. Usually I don't even mark I don't even scribe an edge on it because I just count the passes. If your pressure's about even, they come out the same, and your plunges will come out the same. The blade will be centered. So this is just the start. I'm not going to take it all the way down. I just want to give you an idea how this works. But you can see how even this is just by following the bubble. This thing's almost like landing an airplane. When you bring it into contact with the platen, bring the side of the clamp, and you'll feel it make contact. And at the same time, you're gonna bring the bubble to the center, and then as your hand feels the blank lay flat on the belt, then just make the motion as you come out and just follow the bubble as you come out, and your fingers will feel the pressure against the belt. So like I say, we're just part way done there, but I just want to give you an idea how this works. So that was a 10 degree. On a blade this wide, I'll step down to a 4 degree angle of approach. So I'll put the 4 on here. Let me loosen up my clamp or my bubble just slightly. It's got to be able to move. Put it on here. Come right in here so they can see this, what this bubble's doing. Get it in the center, like I say, make it sure it'll hold by itself, and then come over and make your tighten. Check it, make sure it's centered. Now we're ready to go with a 4 degree angle of approach. And since I'm a righty, I'll start on the right side. Get it right up over the top of the blade blank itself. We're ready to go.